Here with Casey Jacobsen. All right, Casey, you're coming off a pretty big week last week. You were on fire.
What's up?
You're hitting 400 right now. You scored the game-winning run on Saturday. How well were you seeing the ball last week?
I was seeing it pretty well. I was just trying to have the same approach every at bat. After that one game, I had a few hits in a row. I just tried to tell myself, just have the same approach every time. Because if I tried to change it, things might not work out. So just tried to stay the same every time.
One of the things that Coach Littlewood said, actually, while he was on the broadcast with us on Saturday, was he was asked about you, and he talked about how you were all about the team. Whatever I need to do to help the team was your attitude. So when you're waiting for those opportunities, how do you stay ready?
Just have mental at-bats in the dugout, so every guy that goes up there, I try to act like I'm in their shoes. I just try to stay positive no matter what's going on in the game. I'm always supportive of the guys that are playing the same positions as me, just stuff like that.
When you look at this team, and we'll get into starting conference play coming up in just a minute, but when you look at where this team is right now, what are you the most confident in when you look at this team?
Our ability just to stay with it during an entire game, because sometimes it's been shown through all of our games this year so far, they're just tight the whole way through. So our ability just to overcome two runs down, or if we're up, down, doesn't matter, we're just able to just stay with it the whole time.
Where do you think that comes from? Because you guys have shown that. You guys showed it last year. You guys have shown it a lot this year. Where do you think that comes from?
It's just positive energy in the dugout. We have guys that come up clutch when they need to. It's just guys that are always ready to go. Just they come up big in big moments.
I wanted to ask you, and I actually haven't asked you this this year. What's it like having your brother around this year?
It's probably the best experience of my life, easily. I got to play with him for a year in high school, and that was just the best ever. And then I got here, and it's been almost a year with him, and it's just an amazing experience.
How has it changed your experience?
I'd say our relationship is better than it's ever been. McKay's my best friend by far. So.
Now, you grew up in Flower Mound, Texas, right?
Yes.
So explain to everybody what it was like growing up in Flower Mound, Texas.
Flower Mound was a big baseball place. People love baseball there. They love Flower Mound baseball, so games were always fun there. The family life there was awesome. Just everyone loved each other, so it was just a really good experience.
All right, we mentioned you guys are starting up conference play. You're traveling to LA, taking on LMU, team that's playing pretty well right now. What just are your overall thoughts now that you're finally beginning WCC play?
Just to not change anything. Just to have good approach every game. Not to come on, Pete.
Yeah, Pete, right there was trying to stare him down there.
No, it's just to not change anything. Not try to over panic about anything, because conference play, not try to treat that any different than any other game. Just every game, treat it the same. Treat every opponent the same. So.
What are you anticipating? I mean, you guys were on the road for 3 weeks to start the year. I mean, that's just the way it is with the weather here in Utah. But you were home now for a couple weeks. What do you want to be different than this next time that you head out away?
Just to be more prepared, because sometimes I feel like when the team that we're facing up against, they might seem a little average or below us, we sometimes play down to their level. So I think the best thing we need to do is just always play the best we can and aggressive and just ready to go no matter who we're playing.
How much fun? You're one of those guys that always looks like you're having fun out there. How much fun are you having this season?
I'm having so much fun. I'm having a blast this season. Just my mentality is just to stay positive no matter what's going on, to have good relationship with all the guys. So
you're fun to watch and you're fun to hang out with. Appreciate it, Casey.
Thanks, Jason.